What a dream.
What a dream. Terry Bogard got announced. What a dream. Terry Bogard got announced for Smash, and I really came in my pants. But I'm sad to be awake right now.
Why'd you have to do that, Lisa?
I know, Lisa. Why'd you have to get my hopes up? Hoes were gonna be fatally furious.
Anyway, now we gotta get out of here so that we can keep going. And now Maya is essentially giving Tatsuya a pop quiz on... We need to find the loophole in the rumor. What are the details of the rumor that we've been talking about this entire time? Why is this a quiz?
What's a rumor? Listen, Tatsuya, I'm just really making sure your rumor powers are up to snuff. You need to be prepared.
Yeah, let's sort through this. The rumor is once you're in here, you can't get out. But why? Because there's no... You don't know where the exit is. The keywords being, you don't know. And someone already has escaped, as I did actually foreshadow by talking to all the people in the rooms in Kasai, where one of them was like, he escaped with a mirror. But I don't care. Like, that was what one of the shadowmen said. And what did they use?
See, and I watched...
A mirror.
See, I watched too much JoJo. I would game these kind of, like, rumors by, like, saying, well, rumor has it, I now know how to find the exit. And boom, there it goes.
Rumor has it, only Persona users can see the exit. Fortunately, we're all Persona users.
Wow, what a coinky dink, right, guys? How lucky are we?
You can look up.
Oh my god.
I would say that just to say that. I know, I would say that just to say that, for the sake of the memes.
It's whoever escaped managed it by accident, so they wanted to stay there.
Maya, your face when you're doing that is adorable. I mean, I know you're a fictional character and everything, but you want to go out sometime? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I could put my Minecraft bed next. I could put my Minecraft bed next to you, unless.
Oh my god, you got Minecraft girlfriends.
Yes, Charmy, I love you. Oh my god, you got Minecraft girlfriends.
Why, thank you.
And now they're basically using another loophole in the mirror. How do you find the exit when you don't have a mirror? How about a camera?
I mean, it technically counts if you want to go through some bullshit anime logic. But then again, Persona as a series is kind of bullshit anime logic in the end.
Yeah. And now that I'm finally out of there, which actually took me like 2 hours, and we completed the entire dungeon in one part, I finally saved. It's like, finally, I'm done. Don't have to go back.
So we can finally kind of relax throughout the rest of the game and have a decent time with the dungeons.
There's mud on my favorite tunic. Yeah, don't you got to worry about the poison on your party member?
No, I'm more sad about the tunic. As the party member is just like dying and hurling in a corner. Oh, don't worry, I'm fine.
Rumor has it this is why I'm the cooler man, which is apparently something that Akechi and Tatsuya have had going on behind the scenes-ish. Like, they're always in this constant debate on who is the more popular or cooler man.
And of course, it is obviously Tatsuya, because Akechi looks like a clown.
Yeah. Ah, Bukimi. Yay, another toilet demon.
Bukimi sounds like a type of porno that I'm uncomfortable with.
Can we be friends with this toilet?
No. I wish,
just love
but
that.
no.
You just made this game -1 out of 10. It was already 0 out of 10. Now you made it -1.
Rumor has it the 10 in that 1 out of 10 is also negative.
Rumor has it you take the negative and add a 0 after the 1, and it becomes a 10 out of 10.
You're right.
You're
right.
You're right.
Anyway, before I go back into Kasai, I decided to go ahead and forge more personas because the ones that I had were actually I was starting to feel the effects of them being a little low leveled. So it's like I need more personas with more variable skills for fusion attacks and such. So
fair.
I'm just going to basically be looking through all of these here and also elaborating on some things that I didn't really explain all too well when we first visited the Velvet Room. Like, you can see on the bottom of the screen the arcana of the persona and the relation of the arcana to the characters.
Also, I just love this the bottom screen and the characters. You just see all these faces normal, and then Yuki's like dying of poison.
Yeah,
With her look at her eyebrows too. She's like, "Guys, please help."
Don't
Dying
worry,
over here.
don't worry. The poison is ineffective in the Velvet Room.
It's called the Velvet Room for a reason. Oh wait, that means the poison's doubled. Ah!
No, time is essentially stopped here. But
right,
essentially, the worst you can get with the relationship for the persona to the character is not usable, and the best you can get is great. If it is unusable,
obviously.
like, you can use it even if the relation is bad. It probably
but if it's
will.
unusable, then obviously it's unusable. Why would you assume otherwise?
Yeah.
Because if you take out the on, it's usable.
Unbelievable.
You know what? With how the rumors work in this world, I would buy that, Charmy, 100%. Tatsuya sees unusable and says, "Rumor has it, it's usable." Ha! Fuck you, limitations. I defy you.
Basically, in this visit to the Velvet Room, I decided to form a highly water proficient persona, Phaleg, which is also the angel that I fought a bunch of times earlier. And I also decided to fast forward this at some point to basically go faster through this. I think it's a little soon here.
And is also a dangerous word that is close to a slur, which I feel uncomfortable with.
Yeah. But I'm basically trying to get, since I already have a persona that uses wind magic, I decided to go after another one that uses water and another one that uses fire, and can also potentially use wind. So, fast forward since I take a while with this, and you really don't need to see all of this.
Look at me paint super fast. Wow, you really are a talented painter there, Mr. Painter Man.
Yeah, I know, he's just like...
And I get another persona.
He's like that character from Naruto.
And this is the fire persona, primary fire-using persona I was talking about, who I also give a Garu skill card, so the persona essentially has instant use of that skill. And actually, speaking of the skill cards, one of the things that a lot of people like to do in Persona 2, specifically with the Pixie persona, is basically forge Pixie and use the Medairon skill card on her when you forge her, so that when you use Medairon with Pixie, it costs 2 MP. Because in Innocent Sin, MP cost is determined by the persona, not by the level.
Right. Which is a good thing. And just to generalize the conversation, go into that mechanic, skill cards have been a thing in all of the Persona games, and I think it's a pretty good mechanic of teaching certain spells to certain personas, and I think it's a little more in-depth than, say, TMs and Pokemon, where it's really one-dimensional and, you know, teach the move that belongs to the Pokemon of that type. Whereas here, it's like you can, like you said with Pixie, you can mathematic it to where you get 2 SP on Medirama, which is one of the best healing spells in the entire game.
Medairon, actually, which is full heal on everybody.
Right. Also, fuck Persona names. I don't even care that I mess them up.
I know.
Some of them are so ridiculously absurd to pronounce.
What's a Bufu?
What's a Bufu?
Kalama Kamate. Now you're just being Jafar. Now you're just being Jafar. I'm sorry.
Another thing that I also almost forget to do is go to the, well, first the chiropractic place to basically show off somewhere that I hadn't been before. But also, look at this guy.
Me.
Look at that guy, man. What an American hero.
in the middle of Japan.
They're even more of an American hero. That guy's a freaking baller. I want to have a beer with that man.
He'd probably tell some interesting stories, actually.
I actually I would agree and find him very fascinating.
Yeah.
I could just hear him making like a sound.
Come to my store, have you?
No.
Let me just
okay,
let me
became
use my
instantly
magic
un-Americanized when
fingers. Let me use my magic fingers on that back of yours.
Oh, well now he just made me uncomfortable in true American fashion. So it's all good.
And
no, I mean him. His gimmick makes me uncomfortable.
The funny thing is, Akichi comes here all the time because he tries to pose all cool, and then his back gets stiff because of it.
Obviously, that's how it be sometimes.
And then I think,
You try to do a JoJo pose and then you break your spine.
Yeah, and then I think, oh yeah, that's right, I might as well stock up on status restoring items in Satomi Tadashi because, one, they're all right here, and two, Bukimi, the toilet demon, is actually the toilet demon that I read the stats off for on the last toilet demon we fought, Hanako, so I got those stats wrong. So this one has Hula of Misfortune. So it's like, I might as well go ahead and splurge here and spend all my money so that if you take away half my money, I only have
There's not much to take.
Yeah.
Legion. That's a bit gross to do in a store.
He called you out. You gotta give him that one. He called you out for splurging in a store. That is very unprofessional, Legon.
You're thinking of a very different word.
Listen, Legon, you just gotta take the L when you get him.
I'm also not going to deny that. Yeah, because see here,
Listen,
it's like...
Legon saw the female version of himself and went, oh.
I mean, I'm not going to deny anything about that.
Oh no.
Anyway, continue what you're saying.
Essentially, now I'm showing off the the magazine sweepstakes for what I explained 2 parts ago, which is go ahead and tell Tamaki here hand her the magazine, enter into the sweepstakes. The more you buy, the better your chances of getting something. But I only bought one just to show it off because I don't really care about it. And another thing about Satomi Tadashi, and just a thing with me and status restoring items, I like to have 20 in my inventory at all times for each status removing item. Just to cover all bases.
That's a solid number. I go far and beyond and extra in every single RPG, and I make sure to get like 100 of them. Unless they're too unreasonably priced, I'm like, yeah, I have 100 antidotes and 100 potions, and it's like my backpack looks like I'm on a hike.
For one cure spell.
Well, what is the description of this item? Cures cancer. Ah, that makes sense.
Really?
And now that we spread the
Well, I mean, it
Bukimi...
would cost $1 million, to be fair.
What, in real life?
Probably.
And here I am. Also, another thing I'm pointing out, I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid and not using antidote on Yukino now that I have it. Also, another news, Bukimi.
Like, come on, dude.
I know.
You just, like, say
I literally just bought 20 antidotes, and it's like Yukino's just like, you gonna use it?
Blue paper or red paper? That sounds like it was successful to me. It didn't seem like he was mad.
That's actually a classic Japanese yokai riddle.
What the?
It's basically you can have paper of different colors. Each one determines different things. Blue is basically choking you. Blue, if you answer with blue paper, she chokes you until you go blue. Red is slice you until you bleed out red.
What?
Right.
The best answer is no paper. Then you can actually get away.
So wow, that's really similar to the one where it's like, isn't it the ugly girl asks you what you think of her looks, and if you say she's pretty, she kills you for being a liar.
Yeah, Alice.
If you say she's ugly, she kills you for the truth.
The Alice demon in Persona 1 did that.
Exact. Yeah, and it's like if you give no answer, that's the only answer you can give, which is a good lesson in real life, in a way.
Sometimes it's better to be quiet.
Yeah, sometimes it's just better not to answer certain questions or respond to certain things.
Yeah.
What if I honestly think they do look beautiful and I'm not lying?
Well, that's not the riddle, but I mean, I get where you're coming from. Like, the riddle in terms of the logic of the riddle, the intent is obviously clear. But at the same time, I think they would still kill you because they themselves know they are not beautiful. So it's like, you may be honest in your answer, but you're lying to yourself. So it doesn't matter.
What?
Yeah, those kind of riddles are confusing. Don't think too much about it.
It's kind of like the Chinese finger traps in a way. It's like, how do I pull my fingers out of this thing? Well, you push.
Right. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you think about it too much, you're going to fail at it. But if you don't think about it too much, or if you don't think about it in some regard, you're going to be trapped.
Yeah. I find it funny how in both the high schools we end up fighting a toilet. Why high schools?
Listen. Going to the bathroom in a public high school is a very complicated situation.
I'm not gonna say it isn't, but still, of all things, high schools, not like janitor rooms, or actually later on we fight a boss in a bathroom. Why no toilet there?
I mean, you can read very deeply into that if you would like. But I don't think that we should. The silence is... Hey, kids, this is one of those moments where we said it was okay to be silent. Legon is very much showing that.
Close your eyes. Now shut up.
No, Legon, why? Why did you say that after I said that? Close your eyes.
Alright, I'm trying to look
Can you guys
up...
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry to break the fourth wall, but I just didn't know if something happened.
I'm just basically looking up the...
When the sandbagging of a joke gets too strong, you think you AFK'd. It's big rip.
Basically, one of the things that I'm doing here with the new personas that I got, which is actually coincidental, is using a bunch of their spells to rank them up, so that I can get better spells with them and fusion spells later on as well. Which is really going to help for the actual boss of this dungeon, ironically enough.
Right.
But yeah, this is, again, a problem of Persona 2 Innocence End bosses. They take forever once you learn the strategy, which is fairly easy to do. Once it's like, oh, I'm just going to use a bunch of spells on it. Okay, this is his weakness. This is what he's strong. This is what he resists. This is what he's weak to. I'm just going to do this strategy over and over and over again until he dies. Occasionally heal, and that's the fight.
The sad thing is, and other Persona L peers will agree, is like Persona boss battles in particular, or even the special fights in Persona, kind of boil down to that basic formula. And I mean, it's the charm of Persona when you're playing it, but to the casual viewer or someone who's not really been that deep into Persona, it can get kind of boring. / maybe overwhelming in some cases.
Or
if you're even trying it out for the first time.
Or in some cases, just dull. 5 does a good job with it, but it's still a bit of a problem there.
Right. But even, like 5 is like, what's the word, streamlined it?
Yeah.
But it's still kind of one of those situations where you're going to be doing that.
Fortunately, this fight is nearly over, so I just switched Ginkgo back to her main persona so that she had Magna for a specific fusion spell, and everyone's just gonna wail on Bukimi here.
Right. But my personal experience with that kind of situation though is fine, because I'm used to playing games like MMORPGs or just really heavy RPGs anyway, where I'm used to grinding, I'm used to a lot of monotonous cycles. So, but not every player is going to get into that, and I understand that.
And that's Bukimi.
Well, I know, Charmy. I'm honestly disappointed we didn't get to befriend the toilet again, Legon. So the worst LP ever. 0 out of 10. Would not watch again.
Don't blame me when it's not something that's implemented into the game.
Listen, Legon, that's not an excuse.
You could have just ran.
No, I gotta show off the entire fight.
Didn't we already show off the entire fight the first time?
That?
No. That was a different one.
It's a different toilet. This is a more pristine toilet.
Yes. It has a far more complicated name, therefore it's better.
that doesn't apply to real life, Legon. Why are you saying these falsehoods?
Oh, okay, so...
And this is why 5 Soma. Full SP and HP restores for everyone in your party. And you get 5 of them.
Okay, so
that isn't worth...
That's worth fighting the boss.
Yes.
No, that's not worth fighting the toilet. It's not.
Just take that out of context. It's not worth fighting the toilet for 5 Somas.
That's just Persona in general.
This series is amazing.
Right.
And here I am thinking ahead again. I'm like, okay, is he on the roof now? No, he's not. And I'm going to the roof anyway, because it's like I still need to find him. So, might as well just show off some more dialogue and stuff here, because while we were inside the bomb shelter and we were talking about Smash and stuff, apparently Kasuguyama
Right.
High held a school festival.
And just like in our conversation, we totally ignored it and didn't care and talked about something more important.
Love and fighting spirit are two sides of the same coin.
Right. And obviously, our friend Tatsuya and Maya had a very romantic moment. I mean, intimate moment. I mean, special moment.
They had a close friend.
Close friends.
A close, not even a close friendship moment. Like on what Legon says, Eckert, a close friend.
And now I'm basically like, oh yeah, that's right, this is where he is. Also, after I basically paused for a session and I decided to try and refresh my memory on where to go, because I
Basically, didn't realize.
yeah, I forgot, because I don't really
Because
play this too much, because I got a bunch of other stuff to do. But what you got to do is go to
basically,
the
Legon's
gym.
very busy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff to do in TSR, and I got a real life to live. But enough about me. Time for rumors.
Legon, stop spilling the tea on your real life now. Just go watch out for that hurricane.
Oh no, my key!
That's not even the worst. Yeah, it's like the hurricane happening is not the worst. It's like, oh no, it spilled my tea.
Yeah, we dance in hurricanes here.
Wait, what?
Just like we surf in tornadoes.
That's not even what I meant. It was just because we said don't spill your tea, and I was like, oh no, my tea. I didn't mean to make a joke
That's why
like
I
that.
love you, Charmy. Just the timing of your jokes are sometimes really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about the hurricane. Oh no, my tea.
Enough about the falling tea, because I prefer coffee anyway. We gotta go to the club because some sort of initiation is going on with people with masks, and okay, that's bad.
What the heck? What? That looks like some Naruto crap. I'm sorry. I said that bad on purpose. I legitimately spelled that on purpose. I didn't say Naruto on purpose just to see what you guys' reaction would be.
Basically, what's going on here is Yasuo, the
Persona
one holding
5.
the thing connected to the lines on those masks, is basically drawing energy from them to basically power himself up and look like an extremely generic nerd. But it turns pretty much
actually just looks like a
everyone
little
into Shadowman.
douchebag. Yeah, he basically looks like a typical douche.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're
Little
also
smug,
dancing. They're
nerdy
also dancing
bastard.
to give him power.
No, they're just dancing to Last Surprise from Persona 5 because this clearly is Persona 5.
Yeah.
Look, we just your waifu.
But it did look like a Naruto mask. Like, you're not even wrong, Charmy. I knew
No,
the exact character in my head popped up when you said that.
What was that evil called?
Obito.
Atatsuku, whatever it was. Someone wore that mask. And
Yeah, Obito wore that mask.
Yeah,
You're
Obito.
right. It's funny because it's the same. It's got the three eyes. Oh my god.
And they're
That was
still
hilarious.
dancing to Last Surprise.
Yasuo
You'll never see.
Just
we never
turned-
saw it coming.
essentially 5/6 of the entire school into Shadowmen, including people that aren't even from Kasai,
That's depressing.
like Kuruzukawa and St. Hermelin students, who are just at
What a
this
dick.
party because, yeah, I heard there's a cool party.
And who could blame anyone for going to a cool party for the sake
Doesn't
of it
this
being
place
a cool
seem a
party?
lot less crowded all of a sudden?
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Depressing.
and we're gonna have to deal with that. Next part.
No. Oh yes, we get to see we get to see American Man again.
Right. Behind the scenes.
We'll see you next time on Persona 2: Innocent America.
Bye.